24th. Here we go. Here we go. Cunningham and O'Connor to jump it up. And Texas wins the tip. Last night in the semifinal win against Ole Miss. Carlton barging, dishing, Cunningham laying. Finding Harmon, 2 to shoot. Harmon, the pull-up mid-range is good. And a strong start. Told my team, you have got to embrace this being a road game. This is a heavy Gamecock crowd in Greenville. Carlton patiently takes and hits a 6-0 beginning for Texas.
Interesting, Joyce Edwards.
Looking for the handoff on Raven Johnson. Good denial, and then Carlton the steal. Just as Carlton will lay it in innocent resiliency, because that's what South Carolina brings. Booker on the knockaway. Lee feeds Booker for the lay. A nearly perfect beginning for the Longhorns. Knocked away. Edwards not able to save it as South Carolina tubers for South Carolina. They turned it over 20 times in the last meeting. Booker splash. It is 12-0 from the floor. And South Carolina's gotten just one field goal attempt. Tessa Johnson coughs it up. I'm going to say that. Here's Raven. Difficult pass. And it's another turnover. 5th for South Carolina. Carlton running and lays it in, and now corral it after a lot of trouble.
But South Carolina hasn't been able to even set up their D.
Tessa Johnson with a big 3 there off the breaking away. Lee, 5 to shoot. Lee looking for some space, couldn't find it. Can't finish. Harmon lobbing it in. Carlton, the push shot won't go. Another chance here for Texas. With 6 first-quarter points, had 3 yesterday. Someone's down a shoe. It's Madison Booker. Raven Johnson, short. Johnson gives it to her. That was very nice, Tessa.
But it also smart. Hand it to her so she's out of the play. Throw it out of bounds. Yeah. She can still be on the other end.
The steadier, more cerebral orchestrators at the point in the country. Edwards gets denied. And Daniel to us before the game how proud she is of how well she has been playing her growth here this season. Harmon, short on that one. Always something to watch because she can find herself in foul trouble. Here's Latson. Latson gets denied. Cutting
there to help her teammate Rory Harmon after she got beat.
Edwards, little wiener, rims off. Justice Carlton the lead. We welcome her with you in Greenville, where Texas got off to a 14-0 start. Now 16-5, make it 18-5. And a South Carolina team that coughs up fewer live ball turnovers than anyone in the nation. Harmon short on a title game. Texas trying to win their first conference tournament in the SEC is Cunningham. 14-2 edge in the paint. Here is Edwards, guarded by Carlton. McDaniel a 3, that is good.
To be a little bit more honest defensively if she can hit that shot.
Shot it at 36% this season. Cunningham drops in another on a 8. Texas lead over South Carolina. Largest deficit of the SEC tournament in 8 seasons for the Gamecocks. And a foul, just not guarding 94 feet. And he shrugged that off. They have her in a crowd. Can't hook it in. Booker comes up with the offensive rebound. Carlton will fire and hit. Edwards the spin, the kick. McKeer drains the 3.
On the defensive end of the floor as well.
Carlton muscles in and finishes again. McKeer flings it down the floor. Edwards waits and lays it in, plus the foul. From putting it on the deck, fading away and popping it in. You talked
about was the one who was coming out to contest, and she was still able to hit it over her.
McKeer, a good take, flips it in. Back iron and off. Edwards the rebound, look at a push. Gets it ahead, McKeer can't finish the lay. Put in, O'Cott with the steal. Here's McDaniel. McDaniel accelerates, Euros. Now, Booker to the corner. Harmon bounces underneath. Cunningham can't finish it.
doing that for her. So really smart substitution here for Dawn Staley.
All right, Ollie, thank you very much. Here's Raven Johnson spinning.
And Holly talking about Raven Johnson and her cramping. Remember, this is the third game in 3 days.
After a first quarter ever. Quarters began in women's college in the 50s in the freshman. Raven Johnson lifts up and drops it in. Crump banks it in. Inbound, dangerous. Latson comes up with it. Tornabees lays it in. Preston. Oh, Preston with the scoop. Lori Harmon getting a breather as well for the Longhorns right now. Crump. You bet. Aaliyah Crump. 7 points for Aaliyah Crump. As that foul is called on Carlton. That was 1 off, 13 more than any other team in the nation. Let me finish the broadcast. Don't kick me out. Oldacre.
With Madison Booker on the bench.
It's a 7-0 run. Here's Edwards. Edwards leans in, can't finish. Going this first half. Edwards so dangerous in transition. Gets met by Crump. Goes back up and lays it in. Yes, I am very aware of its importance. Nice look, Raven Johnson to Edwards for the finish. Great first half.
Do people still dangle carrots?
You know, I haven't examined that, but I'll keep it in mind. As Texas throws.
A foul on Raven for tripping Preston out.
All right, thank you, Dave. Here's Lee, little mid-range, is good. Jordan Lee. 6 meetings between these teams as a team scored more than 70 points. Texas putting up big numbers in the first half. Preston denied, and a foul. Crump off the deflection. 4 seconds left. Crump bounces. Cunningham lays it in at the horn. And here's Edwards. Off to Latson. Edwards pushes it up and in.
In the paint for South Carolina, Edwards was able to.
Wow, what a cut from Booker and delivery from Harmon.
Just completely clear out the right side.
Here's Raven Johnson. Johnson, tough shot, but hits it.
And we saw the physicality. It doesn't matter that their guards. Wow. Tessa Johnson just lost Rory Harmon.
Wow. And then Harmon volleys it in. Missed that one, knew it right away. Tessa twisting and banking it home. South Carolina getting buckets now on this end. Booker goes baseline, elevates, and dumps it in. Carlton flashes, takes, back iron it off. Cunningham the O-board. Cunningham gets denied. Now saves it to Lee. Dishes out. Carlton with a hand in her face, gets the whistle against Edwards.
But doesn't allow the follow through on the shot, therefore the foul.
Carlton, thank you, D, our rules analyst, who...
Yep, thank you for that angle. It is Carrie, our producer, was wonderful for that angle. I wish I would have had that always on.
Porter, Okot, creeping down with the dribble. Okot looking for an angle and traveled. Yeah, she was... Cunningham, center of the lane, little hook shot, that one won't go. 3 fouls on Carlton, who stays in the game for Texas. McDaniel burrows in and banks it home.
Texas been this entire third quarter when they've gotten in the quarter court, running what they want to run.
Booker drops it in. Booker with 6 points in the quarter after she was held to 4 in the first half. Tornabees finishes plus the foul. That's comfortable cushion. Ashton Judd hits the little baseline J. His largest lead. South Carolina last had it under 10 with 5:31 to go in the second. Latson off.
That was against Kentucky in the quarterfinals.
Booker off to Judd. Judd racing inside, knocked out of bounds. Stays WNBA Finals a couple years ago as well.
That's right. Big women's basketball fan.
Booker's jumper, no. Edwards prepare their teams. McKeer will go in, and then he said yesterday, he said, my wife tells me I'm getting killed for my comments. I just want the idea of how difficult it is when it's always here in the Gamecocks' backyard. As that's going to be an offensive foul on giving it up. Tornabees dishes out. Latson, that's a foul on Cunningham and Judd. Tornabees, Edwards, McKeer, Raven Johnson, and nobody on South Carolina with more than 2, and the only player with 2 is Raven Johnson. By Edwards. Edwards couldn't handle it, out of bounds with some momentum. They've trailed by as many as 19 here in the third. Tornabees getting a lot of minutes in this one. Tornabees. Here's Lee. 5 to shoot. Harmon, baseline jumper off the mark. Raven Johnson the rebound. Johnson comes up with a steal. Here's Johnson pushing it up and off. Harmon the rebound. She was fantastic in the second quarter for Texas. Here's Booker turning the corner and laying it in.
Not settle for the mid-range at times to take it all the way to the bucket. She did there.
Raven Johnson and a whistle.
And Edwards.
Booker with 8 in the second half. Edwards drops that one in. SEC tournament game yesterday in that win against Ole Miss. Time today. Here's McDaniel. Got fouled by Harmon, and McDaniel is also another year removed from her ACL, and had her burst back.
This entire second half handling the full court pickup by South Carolina's defense.
Booker trying to get it to Oldacre, was yanked. Forced it up and off. Tornabees big time rebound. Here's Latson dashing ahead. Latson lays it in. Sidbury, touch pass, 6 to shoot. Harmon, she got it. Latson in the corner, eyes the clock, trying to make something happen. Cannot. Oldacre, back to Oldacre. McDaniel comes up with it. Here's McDaniel finding Edwards, lays it in. Felt like that was the #1 key, that's how South Carolina gets going. Seemed like that was one of those possessions. Harmon was kind of stuck baseline. Lee, the crossover, the attack, lays it in. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of the SEC championship game. Tessa Johnson, way off, Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Edwards leaking out, couldn't finish. The follow won't go either. And it's after that 14-0 blitz to begin the game. Okot twisting and banking it in. SEC title game. 11-point Texas lead. Lee a 3. He's good. Here's Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson flips it in. A low possession game in the second half. Preston behind the back will pull and hit. And then, but another turnover on an inbound. Here's Oldacre. Oldacre lays it in. 70 points. South Carolina did it in the Final Four last year against Texas, and that's it. McKeer hits the... Harmon finds the cutter. Lee, 2 more. 90 seconds away from an SEC title here. Oldacre can't flip it in. Judd Haley ready to empty the bench. Booker. Why not? McDaniel digs in, lays it home. Are champions of the SEC.
Offensive end of the floor. Congratulations, the victory.